Welcome to this month's face-to-face conversation. Today I'm speaking with Gabby. Gabby is an actress, hypnotherapist and mindset coach. She loves photography because it captures moments that otherwise would have been lost. Gabby believes that success starts from within, and her picture that she's talking about today is a reminder for her to practice self-care and demonstrate who she is and how far she has come and how her success within is captured in this one image. Hello, Gabby. Welcome to Face-to-Face Conversations. Thank you very much for joining me. Tell me about your picture.
So my picture was from a freedom shoot that we did together, and it was an edit. It was it was all kind of like artistic and just all these different effects that, and just it was lovely because the shoot itself, we did like a smoke machine, and it was really like connecting with my inner self after dealing with my inner critic. So it was very special. It was a very special shoot anyway, but the after effects and the art that you put into it just made it look very ethereal. Is it ethereal? Ethereal. Ethereal, yeah. So so it's my it's an angelic visual affirmation that we call it. So
lovely. Can we have a look at the image?
Yes, you can. I'm going to just go up. There it is in its glory. And that's up on my wall.
It's up on your wall. Now, that's always a massive compliment for a photographer when you have an image on a wall. Why did you want it on your wall? And which wall is it? Which wall is it in your house?
It's my bedroom wall. So it's in my personal space. And I think coming back to what I think we coined the phrase, I don't know if you said it, but it was a visual affirmation. So for those that don't know, an affirmation, positive affirmations that, kind things that we say to ourselves, statements about ourselves to make us feel good. So this is that, but in a visual form. And to me, it represents, I think, all that is pure within me. I think, there's always that part in every individual that's, connected with a divine kind of source, like that pureness, that untainted thing. And I think this captures that. And as well, I think because I have like the angel wings and all of that, so it's very again, angelic, heavenly, very spiritual. I like all of that as well. So
this connection that you have with it, what does it make you feel when you look at it?
It makes me feel empowered. It's also, by looking at all the things that I, that pure part of myself, it's like a reminder. And especially where it is, I get to see it often and just remind myself daily, my purpose, why I'm here, especially if you're feeling bad, it's just like, oh no, it's that part. It's that, like an instant connection, an instant feel good. Also as well, when you look at it, you'll see that despite being in the moment, I was genuinely in the moment, it looks as though my fingers are like up yours, which completely, it was very unintentional. However, I like it because it's also on those down days or those negative days, it's almost like, telling negativity where to go. It's like an angelic diplomatic do one. So that always and it kind of makes me laugh as well, because I just thought, typical Gabby would put 2 fingers up in a picture by accident. So yeah.
Amazing. So when you wake up in the morning and you look at your picture, what does looking at it on a first thing in the morning do for you?
It's hard to put into words, but it's almost like, especially on like days where it's, despite the cold weather, it's really sunny. So it's almost like, oh, like, like heaven, like the heavens open up, like, oh, I think because of the effects as well, it looks very much like a ceiling painting, like a cathedral kind of piece, or something you might find in a church. So I think that's probably what, it reminds me of that kind of, those old school angelic paintings. So yes, I think having that in the morning and kind of sets your day off right, really.
That's fascinating. I'm so interested in that it reminds you of cathedral paintings. What do you associate with cathedral paintings then?
Probably my first experience of God, really, and going to the Sistine Chapel, and just being just in awe of these paintings, And I think for me, because it's me in the painting, because I think as well, I really wanted to get into the habit of putting art on my walls. My walls were very bare for a while. And to know that it's a piece of art, but it's me in the artwork, it means something more, So yes, I think, the connection as well with like cathedrals and artwork, but I'm actually in it. It's like quite funny. And as well, I think it's probably the Michelangelo, maybe that's the connection as well with the hands. I'm just thinking of it now. The Michelangelo had, what was it? The picture, the hands of God and Michelangelo, that kind of thing. Hands were very important, like there's a lot of sculpture and artwork around hands and stuff. So I think maybe that's where the extra added hand gesture in my picture comes in.
Yeah, because you're very expressive with your hands. But I just want to stay for a minute with this, the connection you have with the Sistine Chapel in this picture, and the fact that you're in it, and I'm not quite sure. I'll do this every time. I have a question in my head and I don't know how to ask it.
I think I know the answer to it, and the answer is that what that makes me realize is that I am my own a masterpiece. I am my own. Right? Is that what you're going to say?
No, yeah. But that's way better than what I was going to say. I was thinking.
Yeah, go on. You were thinking.
No, you, Karen.
No, I think just, and having the confidence and the courage to actually say that, it's a big deal for me, because, growing up as well, you kind of taught that maybe, it's for other people to compliment you, and it might be a bit narcissistic to put these things up on your wall of pictures of yourself, and what will people say, but I know why it's there as well. And I think, in terms of my growing self-esteem and confidence, because, despite my job, we're all learning, we're all growing to be at one with ourselves. So this kind of helps it along. That's why I say it's like a visual affirmation. It's a confirmation of my greatness. There we go. Of my inner greatness.
And I love the way that you connect your kind of spirituality with your own power, your own. I mean, you mentioned empowerment earlier, and I love the sense that the image gives you that. So tell me, I know you have a daughter. Tell me what she thinks about it. What does she see in this picture?
She at first she was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Oh mum, that's you. But she's actually starting to take an even greater interest in art. So she thinks it's awesome, really. She thinks it's great. She hasn't articulated probably more than that, but yeah, she's impressed.
Because your sense of increasing empowerment in the work that you do with others and the work that you do with yourself, and what I know of you and what I know of your daughter, that you're an incredible role model for her and for other women, and I love that your sense of empowerment is really strong in this image. So how do you nurture your empowerment, do you think? And how does this image help you to do that?
I see it as, I wrote something, funnily enough, actually, to this. It's okay, so looking at my visual affirmation is a part of my self-love, and my self-care, because it's grounding as well, for the other reasons mentioned before as well. But it's just, especially if you have a tendency, I have a tendency sometimes to be hard on myself. So that is just a reminder that, you know, you're good. Literally, you are good. Sorry, I don't know if that answered the question. I forgot what it was now.
Me too.
I think I answered it.
No, it was it was how does your image help you with your empowerment, and reminding you that you are this great being?
Yeah, I am my own masterpiece. And again, it's just being able to say that and to look at it and to like it and to not feel like a big head just because you like your own picture or because you're looking at it, and to kind of, it helps with casting out like judgment from others as well. And as well, I mean, despite me sharing it today, it's in my room, so not everyone that goes in my house will always see it. And I think I like that as well, because it is a very special part. So you know, I guess I'm sharing it with the world now, but
I love I love that you had it printed so big.
Yes.
And it's definitely a statement piece. And how long has it been up in your room for now? We did the shoot in May, didn't we?
Yeah, probably about 2-3 months now it's been up. Maybe.
Has your relationship with it changed in the time that it's been on your wall? And have you seen new things in it?
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like watching Pulp Fiction. Like, you see it over and over again, and there's always something new that you think, oh, look at that, or oh, look at that. You know, so it is that, you know, just noticing new things.
So what
different lights as well, different light texture, you know, it brings about different textures.
So depending on what time of day it is, it looks nice. So because I can see your windows that way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to my left.
Yeah.
So you miss the morning sunlight where it kind of hits it, and that's when it looks like heaven. Literally.
Amazing. Brilliant. And how do you feel that this picture will serve you in the future?
You know, being vulnerable is one thing, you know, but to be vulnerable in a picture and in a shoot that we did, which it really requires you to go deep within yourself to really locate the parts that sabotage you, you know, that you sabotage yourself with. So to be able to confront that anyway, you know, to spend years on yourself, you know, it's a journey, and it's a lot of investment, and it's a lot of time and therapy and everything that goes into it. So to be able to photograph yourself in such a vulnerable state, you know, it's a big deal, especially for me. So to capture such a vulnerable moment, and for it to, you know, to have such beauty in it, and you can recognize that, and you can say that's a gorgeous picture, and it's okay to be talking about yourself. This is really big growth, you know, it's big progress for me. So yeah, you know, to be able to capture that and find beauty in it, and then have that affirmed, it's this testament to all the work that I've done on myself. It deserves to be on my wall, you know, it deserves to be there. I've invested, you know, that, as you know, we were saying, it's a journey, and it took that whole journey to get to this picture, which is my visual affirmation of this is me now. This is me, all of me, and it's all good, you know, and unapologetically me, hence the 2 fingers. So yeah, I think it deserves to be there, and it's just, you know, an act of self-love to cherish it. Cherishing the picture is part of me cherishing. It's like cherishing myself, really, you know, like how some people might have a conversation with their higher self or a part of themselves. I think not that I'm planning to talk to my picture, but, you know, that kind of, I don't know, maybe a reflection, I'm not sure, I don't know.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really beautiful. So it's a reminder for you, for your higher self, your spirituality, your essence, your soul.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
To remind myself to find beauty in myself, always to see beauty in myself. And it's like you can't deny it because it happened and it's on my wall. So yeah.
Oh, that's just so gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. Thank you for that. That's amazing. How has
No.
it been?
Mhm.
How has it been talking about your image?
I would admit, like, being an actress, I talk to people all the time, you know, and I have to do self-tapes and do all sorts of things, especially for adverts. They make you do all sorts of crazy things. But I was actually a little bit nervous about talking about this today. And maybe because it's, I don't know, it's something close, it's personal. And I think because it was such a personal shoot as well, it kind of, yeah, it was like, oh, it's like having to talk about yourself, you know, and talk about your picture. So I guess there's a bit of not anxiety, but just a bit like, because, you know, I guess that is that, and I need to kind of get over it, you know, it's that kind of, oh, I'm not being a big head, but I just really love myself. I mean, you know, and it's not about that. It's, you know, getting rid of all those perceptions or, you know, judgments that I may have of myself or what people might think, and just, you know, it's fine. It's my art and I love it. And I'm glad that and it flowed really easily. It's really easy to talk about. So, yeah.
Lovely. Well, I love that you get so much out of it. I think it's beautiful that you love it so much. I think everyone should have a picture like that of themselves on the wall. I need to make one of my own. And
Absolutely.
thank you. Thank you very much for talking to me about your image today. It's been such a joy.
No, thank you as well. Thank you for the whole experience as well. It was amazing. It has like life affirming work, as you say. So yes, thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed talking to Gabby this afternoon. What a lovely interview. I really enjoyed hearing about how the image marks a significant point on her journey and all the work that it took for her to get to that point, to do that shoot, to have that picture up on her wall, and for her to have it as a reminder of her empowerment and her connection to self and her spirituality. It's so beautiful to hear. So I hope you enjoyed the interview as well. Please do join me next month, first Tuesday next month, for the next episode of Face to Face Conversations.